Well, what is really evident is the way people, like in 4 weeks, like start to bond, but not just on a personal level, even on a musical level. What is interesting is that after a certain moment of time, after a certain amount of time together, people start communicating through music between each other without even noticing. And that is something that is in a way hard to explain, but it's just like the chemistry that happens here. So their lives are already changing, and some of them probably they don't even know, they don't even realize, but this is already like an intercommunication, and that's happening between all those people that are like even just feet away from each other. This experience is memorable because there's an eagerness, I would say, to play, to experiment, to try things, to do things together that is not common sometimes in professional orchestras. And there's a desire of exploring possibilities, or sometimes exploring for the first time because it's the first chance that they have to do certain kind of repertoire. But this is what makes it special, what changes for them. I guess. Oh, Maestro Topolo is fantastic. First of all, because we speak Italian all the time. But besides that, it's great because he has an expertise and experience that is like invaluable to be in touch with. But like there's so many things in music that nobody can really teach you unless he has experience himself, and that's exactly what Maestro has to offer. He has so much of those little things that make a difference in a musician that you can acquire only observing a great maestro like at work, and it's something that you cannot learn at school, or you cannot learn just on, not even on your own. You just have to see, observe, and steal in a way from somebody like him. The thing about being a conductor is that what is my real need is to see the grand scheme of things. I really cannot stand the idea of just being on one side, on one corner, and to know only my little corner. The opportunity that a conductor has is to look at the grand scheme of music, of how all the little pieces of the puzzle fit in together, and it's not just on the simple fact that you look at a score with all the instruments and all the people. It's just that like you having the privilege in a way of not playing actively an instrument, there's a little distance between you and what happens that makes you look at things in a different way. That sounds pompous probably, but the master's look. Yeah, my experience with the children's concert was absolutely exciting and exceptional at the same time, because there are many layers of contacts with other people, not just the regular contact with the public. But then there's the contact with a special kind of public you have to interact with, and the public of kids that was here was absolutely thrilling because they participated, they were eager to understand, to think. They had weird opinions, and sometimes they were all interesting. And then on top of that, there were 2 other people collaborating with me, and like a very different kind, like a wonderful little child prodigy, like an 80 years old little girl that was performing Mozart with us. And you can see the exceptionality of that was that you can see in this little thing already very clear musical intentions, and you see how precocious and great talent you can see already behind that little person. On the other side, there was a narrator who is a professional and whose expertise and ability was fun to interact with, but also interesting to learn from. So, like, the experience was really like 360-degree experience, interaction between me, public, and me and the orchestra, me and a new talent that will for sure have a great career, and we've already established actor and narrator from whom I could learn and observe interesting things. So it was really exciting. What is exciting about this place and the pieces we're doing is that since for some of those people could be one of the first times that they do certain pieces, that means as well that it's the chance to go and to experiment in things that with a professional and established orchestra you wouldn't do, just because maybe they would be fixated on their ways of they have always done it. And that's why what is exciting for me is exactly to work on those pieces that are the most traditional, the most classics, you know, a Mozart symphony, like which everybody has done, but like here's the chance to experiment those things that maybe you always had in mind, where you said maybe this is not the case, maybe this is not the situation. Here's the case, here's the situation to do it, to experiment, to try, to explore it. And the response that having conducted the first concert already, like the response is that just people are eager to try, eager to follow, eager to say why not, and that's what it's exciting about it. Well, because NRO is a very specific and peculiar stage of a life of a musician, because it sits right before the professional level and right after the school level. It's that space in between in which people need to experiment, to explore, to have experience, but at the same time they're not school material that they need to be taught A to Z, everything. Therefore, like this kind of conjunction between the school level and the professional level that makes the people that come here like being 150% professional when they get out of here, and being like ready to be the top professionals in this world. So that's why the mission that NRO has, the mission, what NRO does, is vital for the life of these people here. Well, this experience is really multifaceted, but what I really hope that I can preserve and still have after I leave this place is that kind of quality of saying why not that I was mentioning before, like the same kind of energy and curiosity and even like the kind of saying again why not to things that seem odd at the beginning, the kind of fresh and vital energy to bring it again, to bring it with me somewhere else, like maybe in a place that has done the same things in the same way for 20 or 50 or 70 or 100 years. That's what I want to bring back.